Let's look at delivery techniques. So you've done everything you possibly can. You've prepared your presentation, you've got all the notes together, you've got your visual supports together, you've got stories, you've got analogies. It's looking great. But how do you actually deliver the presentation? Well, there's lots of things to think about, and it does actually come through experience and also builds confidence that you've actually done your preparation. One thing you need to think about is your voice control. Now, we're actually born with this wonderful amplification system here. We actually project the sound up from our diaphragms out through our mouths. So don't shout, but try to get enough sound to hit the back of the room so people can hear you. Make sure the people at the back can actually hear what you're saying. Also think about how you can vary your pitch, your tone, and the volume of what you're saying. So if you're very monotone, hello, my name's Quentin Ross-Smith and I want to talk about presentation skills today, it can be very irritating to your audience. So again, use your amplification, vary the tones, vary the volume. Don't be worried about silence or at least going a bit quieter. People will lean forward and listen to you. And don't worry about the pause. Let people think it through. Put your point up and let them think it through. Speed, gosh, some people talk so quickly, especially when you're nervous. People talk very, very quickly. Try not to speak too fast. Slow it down. Give time for your audience to actually understand and hear what you're saying. So that's really looking at all the voice control. What about body language? Well, body language is trying to be upright and open. Try to look relaxed, which can be quite difficult. But if you're all sort of slouching with hands in your pockets, what are you saying to your audience? So look alert, trying to open up and be confident in front of the audience that you're delivering. Watch things like hands and mannerisms. You've got to be very careful. Sometimes people don't quite know what to do with their hands. So they start fiddling with them, and mannerisms like putting their hands through their hair and all these things. So just occasionally put your hands behind your back and then bring them back forward again so that you feel more relaxed. As I said, mannerisms. Watch clinking money in your pocket, pulling tops off pens, hands through the hair we talked about. And also sometimes you can get into yourself repeating the same word again, like right, okay, yes, good, okay, fine, that's fantastic. And people begin to pick up on that. So try to hear what you're saying. You actually think 3 or 4 times quicker than you speak. So try to listen what's coming out of your mouth as well when you do that. Audience contact. Now, how do you do that? Sometimes when you're very nervous, you might end up just looking at one person, and that can put a lot of pressure on them. So try to spread your favours around the audience. Perhaps start the sentence off from one side of the room and then work across to the other side of the room. Go to the back of the group, come forward again. So try to move them around with your eye contact. So don't stare people out, but you will find you've got someone on your side you feel confident with. You do tend to look at them, but do think about everybody else in the room. Now, nerves. Nerves are very natural. I actually believe that a certain amount of nerves is good. It makes you much more prepared. You check everything. You make sure you're ready. Too much nerves can be debilitating. It can be a problem to you. I think the way I deal with nerves particularly is making sure that I am fully prepared. The more prepared I am, the more I've checked everything, the more chance I've got to actually feel good about my presentation I'm about to give. Some people also say, always have a glass of water with you just in case your mouth should dry out. Good idea. And even Tic Tacs. Some people put little Tic Tac sweets under their tongue just to keep the saliva moving in the mouth so they don't dry up. Other things you can try, of course, is even squeezing your buttocks. Apparently that relaxes your muscles down, release them, and then you can begin to feel much more relaxed in yourself. But I really think to handle nerves well is preparation, rehearse, so you know exactly what's coming from it. And if you remember on the course, we talked a little bit about anchoring, which meant that you were trying to think something very positive. We're very good at remembering things that went wrong, presentations that went wrong, but actually, why not think about things that went well? Anchor yourself into key areas so you feel good about yourself before you stand up. If you do all those, and you get your analogies, your stories, you're going to have a cracking presentation.